Kind of look like a damn fool when I do this, don't I? But I'm not going to do that anymore. That's the sound you're supposed to make when you point. So, okay, Google. Oh, shoot. Google's going to listen to that. I better stop. It might still interrupt me. But anyway, everybody wants to figure out how to rank for voice search in 2019. So I figured I'd hop on here real quick. It's Dumari Digital. We do all sorts of great little things to help people make more money online. And welcome to the home office. We'll have more of these shortly from the Unicorn Studio. But for right now, the important thing is, oh my gosh, all the retention's already dropped. We're at 39 seconds and you're already abandoned. Why? Because I haven't answered your question in 4 seconds. And that's really all I have to answer that question about how Google is going to start using voice to answer various things and how you can structure your content to figure out to maximize that, because this platform shift, we're living in a perpetual platform shift, and it doesn't matter if it's this platform, that platform right there that I'm talking to you on, or this next platform where the robots are going to be able to understand us well enough to be able to start talking with us, and then that's going to be this new app styled platform where it's all auditory and based off of these large data sets. And that's one of the reasons why Google is winning this war, is because they have the most people pounding into the keys, asking it questions. And so they have the most swings of the bat and most practice. And how do you create that content that it will know to read your stuff? Of course, local businesses, obviously. So that Google My Business stuff is written by Google. So when you're on that with your hours and your reviews and whatever type of, well, I'm thinking of restaurants, it's almost dinner time, but the same, and they're also very localized. It would be any real service business that's on a localized level. That's one way they can do it. The other way is you can find out, well, let's find out where they're publishing the data about the volume of questions being asked to these Google Homes. Is that being published? Can we reverse engineer that number? And from that, you're going to have kind of like, your keyword search tool. You're going to know what keywords are being searched the most. You're going to know which ones are commanding the most cost per click, because they're probably the juiciest, right? They're the ones that they're the personal injury lawyers. They're the people that are paying a lot for eyeballs, and those people really need to focus, and they should give Stumari a call, because again, I'm not just the president, I'm also a client. I'm a lawyer. I need to understand this stuff. I taught myself this stuff. I get my clients from the internet. And one of the things I will be doing, aside from the amazing cool things that you can do with retargeting of all the data that's in there to make sure that your message is getting in front of the right person. But then once that message, how easy is it to get in touch with you? All sorts of different things with the digital itself. What types of questions are people asking Google already? And then can you create content that answers that question in about this much? Again, I'm 350 in. I've chit-chatted and babbled for the first 30 seconds. So most of you just never seen this guy before, turning him off. That's fine. Whatever. You'll see me one day. And the better that you can answer those types of questions and have an authority to that answer, I think that's going to be the people, and figuring out what people are asking. Somebody actually asked a question. You are DR since zero. It's a new website. Well, you see, if you're going to try to rank a brand new website, how dense is that keyword? How hard is that keyword? Are you trying to rank something that is searched by Google 80 times a month? Or are you trying to rank something that's searched by Google 80,000 times a month? Those orders of magnitude matter. And then, of course, the recipe for SEO is 20% on page. That's your tags, making sure your tags are good. and your links. Of course, links are a tag, right? They're an href. But then you get to the 80%, which again adds to 100. It's not the full thing, but the user experience. So your user experience, especially when it goes back to your asking Google questions and the voice search, it is the question. People have asked Google something, and it has this much that it really wants to answer. And so if you can answer that question effectively in less than a minute, and you do that tagged well, you're going to get there. But of course, with all the data, and there's a lot of data about the Google search algorithm that you do there, that you can get the, they publish the stuff, and there's a lot of great resources out there. So if you Google Google search algorithms elements, there's amazing content, thousands of words with infographics and great links. And at the bottom, after you've just read a wonderful 20 minute to read article, it says, if you enjoyed this content, please consider sharing it to somebody who might find it valuable. So this guy thinks that I know what KD, UR, and DR mean. Yeah, I don't. Basically, are you coming up on page 1 of Google for the search term that you want? Who is, what are they doing? Ranking for keywords that have a KD of 50. This guy understands like how like MPH and CRM. The lady that I work with that is, she's great. She's our head of digital sales, and she works in digital. I was a lawyer, and I build software. And so when you're building software, you really don't give a rip about the Google search algorithm. And this has happened. And so like now when I'm like talking to people about when they're building their software and their apps, they have this, they've never done it before. And then they've also, maybe they have done it even, yeah, because I've seen people that have also like built software, and then they'll have a website for the software, which might have, domain authority and keyword difficulty. Okay, that does make sense. Yeah. And then I don't know what it goes from 0 to 1 or whatever. Yeah, your domain authority and your keyword difficulty. I mean, if you're trying to rank, and again, I don't know what your numbers mean, but if you're trying to rank on something that's thin and you hit the elements, I mean, you have your tags correct and you're actually answering questions that people want, you're doing that nicely, the site loads well, and you have a backlink building strategy. I mean, so for me and as an attorney, I want to make sure that the Chamber of Commerce links to me. I want to make sure, especially the local one, of course, and then the Better Business Bureau, and then I want those directories to link to me. I want Justicia, I want FindLaw, I want all these things linking to me so that they boost it. And then if you want to plug in your Google My Business as well as possible, I don't understand you can feel free to email me, tom@stumari.co, and I'll take a look. And if anything, I'm going to learn something about it, and I'll do what I can to help you rank higher. But anyway, thank you very much for making this participatory. I did not think that was going to happen at all, because nobody ever watches these. You're the first guy, but you still make them for the brand. And again, the reason why he probably popped in on here was because I created a nice title that is relevant, that people are going to be asking. And then I talked about that subject matter as much as I could to the extent of my knowledge. And then what you do, keep learning about it, keep talking about it, because that's where the future is. People are going to be asking these things. And there's going to be changes in the ways that websites are built. Websites haven't stopped getting updates and changes. The Google search algorithm's much larger now, and it's a cybernetic algorithm because there's a human aspect to it now, and stay on top of it. And that's one way that you can do it, is by watching and trying to predict. And what it's currently doing is answering questions that, again, he's trying to get domain authority and keyword difficulty. On domain authority, I guess, would make sense, and keyword difficulty would be, well, it can be hard. But if you're doing the fundamentals correctly, and then you have started building the backlinks, and you've created something that's like so valuable that, it's a resource, and people will link back to it because they said, well, check this out. Have you considered that? The fundamentals, that would be like the good backlinks. Again, I was just talking about for like lawyers If you have a website that has high domain authority, like your FindLaw or your directories, as they call them in lawyers, lawyers.com, your Justicia, and there is a particular localized, because people will search on a localized basis for finding their attorneys, and a particular localized directory in that page, Peoria-Illinois / business lawyers, and there's a link on that page that gets a lot of traffic to your page. That will help. That's a good backlink. Another great backlink, and the best way to build a great backlink, is to make an amazing piece of content that answers somebody's concern and adds value, and at the bottom of it, put, if you like this, consider sharing it. UpCounsel does a wonderful job of this. So if you Google pretty much any legal question, there's a pretty good shot that UpCounsel will be on page 1. And the content that they'll write is thousands of words. Let's say it's 2,500 words. And all the tags are exceedingly, well, not all of them, but a good number of the tags, your header tags, are very relevant. Their anchor text that they have for their internal and external linking is very well done. They will be using ordered lists and numbered lists well. In some of them will actually link on the lists. Oh, thank you, Wadud. Wadud, please email me at stumari.co all your work that's on page 1. Go for it. You're not gonna, but troll man. And I'm gonna leave it like that. Hopefully you guys are having a good night. I know that guy is. He's probably laughing. Fun times.